Hello, everyone. Interestingly, I am now sitting in 26th place here in the Master 1 division, which means that I am no longer in contention to be demoted, at least at this ELO. It looks like some other people had lost some games, and I was able to jump up in the ratings. And that is despite only winning 50% of my games. I'm currently 4 and 8. Anybody who's been watching the series over the past couple of weeks, this map that we are using in Master 2 and Master 1 is the competitive world map. It is extremely rural dominated, a lot of small cam, a lot of really weird places. So it's extremely difficult for pretty much anybody that is playing duels at either of these levels. There's just so many instances where there's just no information other than land to look at, and land could be anything. You might think you're in one place, you're someplace completely different, and it's just been a real challenge. So I'm going to try to get into some duels today. I've been practicing about as much as I can, just trying to learn any meta that I can. But I think the best strategy in this is just to really not focus on just making a good guess and not thinking too much, not trying to get too cute with the guesses. So I'm going to play a few more duels today. Hopefully, I can win a few more games and push me further up here. I'd love to see 1,000 at some point, but I mean, this is going to be extremely difficult. Let's play the first game here and see how this one goes. Okay, we got a good, evenly matched player here. I'm going to wait for good luck. I do need it. They're on an absolute tear right now. Only lost one game out of the last five. This is Chile. I mean, that flag is a dead giveaway. Could be anywhere in this green area. I'm going to kind of go south of Santiago here. Place the pin. The other player does the same thing pretty much. Okay, it was just a little bit south of Santiago, so doing some damage here around one. See the black bollard. This could be like Albania. Could also be like North Macedonia. Yeah, I'm going to do the North Macedonia idea here. The other player goes in Italy. Okay, it was actually in the north of Italy. Sun is in the north. This is Brazil with the bollards. Let's see if I can gather any additional information from the landscape. See some kind of mountains over here to the south. I know there's some mountains down in this area. I'm just going to go in this region of Brazil. Not entirely sure. This over here kind of reminds me of like Espiritu, where you get those like big rolling hills. The other player goes in Ecuador, and it was actually a Mato Grosso do Sol. That's going to do a nice chunk of damage to this player. This is India. Yeah, this looks a lot like India. I can't remember this white on the bottom. Is this like Tamil Nadu? That's a very far south commit for something I'm not sure on. I feel like it could be either that or it can be. I think there's a similar meta up here in Bihar. Can't read that language. Yeah, nothing else I can go on. Hopefully I'm correct here. It might be further north. It looks like it is. Okay, and it was actually way up there in Assam. Was way wrong on that. I think there is a similar like a meta for Tamil Nadu. I just can't remember what it is. Uh, oh boy. Surely this is Nigeria. And it's got the green. I think Nigeria has a green license plate. What city is this? I think Lagos, perhaps. Gonna do Lagos. The player goes on Abuja. Okay, and it was further south. It's going to do some damage to me with the multipliers now. Getting interesting. Got an antenna here. The sun's in the south. Very barren landscape. I can't tell if... I mean, I've seen a antenna like that in Bulgaria before. Wouldn't be surprised if this could be Turkey with these kind of salt and peppery roads. This antenna, though, I feel like was more a Bulgaria thing. I'm going to commit to that. The other player goes in Brazil. Okay, and it was Turkey. That's going to knock this player out of the game. Good game. I mean, I'll take that victory. I mean, like I said, I mean, like, there's just nothing really to go on. You've got to know some really obscure meta to get through this game. So back up to a 950 elo, though. That's pretty good. So I'm on a 2-game win streak, finally getting over a 50% win ratio. 5 out of the last 9 games. I'm going to do another game here. Let's see if I can push this to a 3-game win streak. Okay, got a good-looking opponent here. Wait for good luck, as always. First, I thought this was language are we speaking here? This is Sri Lanka. This ought to be Sri Lanka then. The person goes in Vietnam. Okay, sure enough, it was Sri Lanka. It's going to do a massive chunk of damage to this player to start the game. Sun appears north. Blurry camera. I do got some blue car. Leads me to believe I'm someplace in South Africa. Really unsure on this style of house, though. It's kind of green. I'm just going to kind of go... I don't know if I should go over here more. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I feel like this is South Africa. I don't know where. I just don't know where it is. Does kind of have this Eswatini grass. Maybe closer to Eswatini if it is Eswatini. I'm just going to go up here now. The other person goes in Peru. Okay, and it was the east of South Africa that knocks the player out of the game in 2 rounds. Okay, well, good game. Bumps me further up into a 964. That actually might be an all-time high. Actually 100% certain what my highest elo was. Let's see if I can check. Yeah, all-time high rating, 964. Okay, well, good stuff. I mean, somehow I'm moving up in the world on this extremely difficult map. At the same time, though, I mean, I'm probably the benefactor of just some lucky games. I mean, these rounds are really no joke. But anyway, I'm kind of moving up in the world. 6 out of 10 now, 60% win ratio, which I'm feeling pretty good about. I'm going to do a 3rd game here. Okay, got a great-looking player here. I need to wait for good luck on this one. They're also seeing the game pretty well. 3 out of their last 5 was a victory. I think this is the Middle East. I see this straight ahead. This ought to be the UK or the UAE or Oman. I'm leaning more towards Oman. I'm leaning... I don't know if you find that down here. I think most of the coverage is up north. I think the safest thing to do is just place it up here. I'm going to go Oman here. The other player does almost the same. It was the north of Oman. It's going to do a tiny chunk of damage. Pretty much a break even. bright red. If the sun is in the north, this ought to be New Zealand. This is New Zealand. Awful at region guessing New Zealand, so it's got to be one of the islands, and I don't know which it is. So I'm just going to kind of go, just hedge it right between the North and the South Island. If they get a better guess, and so be it. Yeah, they do. Much better. It's going to do some damage to me there. Yeah, very strong commit. They must have saw something that I just didn't recognize. Uh-oh. What is this? Okay, well, I almost got scammed there. Game didn't load. Don't recognize that language. This ought to be Indonesia. I think that's a North Sumatra pole. Definitely Indo. Where do we see these mountains, though? It would be a commit. Could be the Sulawesi pole, and can't really remember where we see this. I think this is pretty standard. I came across this in my studies, and unfortunately, I just have no idea where I am in the world. Maybe the safest thing to do is just to place this in the center of Kalimantan, in case it is over here. At least I'm hedged. I'm going to just do that. Can't place myself. Yeah, I should have trusted my gut. North Sumatra would have been really nice there. We got this blurry camera coverage here. Sweden. Yeah, I mean, there's absolutely no way this is going to be like India. This has to be Sweden or Finland. I'm going to go for it here. The other player goes in Finland. Okay, it was Finland. That's going to do a nice chunk of damage to me. This is Turkey. I'm feeling like it could be more east. I'm going to kind of hedge it center east. Oh, actually, no, let's not do that because you don't know where you are. Let's go right in the middle. The other person goes, and I think Serbia, so that was a great guess. That might knock this player. Oh, no, they have a full health. All right, finally doing a beautiful chunk of damage there to this opponent. Really lovely looking round. We are in the Northern Hemisphere. Seconds. There's some car meta there that I don't recognize. I'm just going to do the classic Yucatan, even though it's not correct. I'm kind of tied up. Don't know where I am in the world. The other person goes in Ecuador. Oh, wow. Let's go. Great game. I got lucky. I just kind of had a feel there. Wow. Okay. Finishing extremely strong. There's a 3-game win streak in this one, carrying over from my last video. I'm on a 4-game win streak here in Master 1. Playing very well today. I mean, I had good opponents, high rated opponents, similar rating, but needless to say, I'm currently winning 70% of the games, actually close to 70% of the games in Master 1 right now. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good for my first week on a very difficult map. I'm extremely happy here. I don't know what else to say, but I am pushing that 1,000. 981 on the elo is the highest I have ever been. I'm quite excited. I'll stop rambling. So I'm going to shut it down now. I'm going to be back tomorrow with more duels.